her friend. And it was pretty good times. I mean, we all stayed out of trouble. We just kind of stayed to ourselves. We went to work in the morning, came home, played video games. That was my life. Go to work, come home, play some video games, repeat. My brother had ended up going into the military. I moved out into my friend Kevin's house, which I told you guys about in the past. Him and his family, they've always looked out for me and my brothers, and anybody in my family, my mom included. We moved into there. I moved into there, and eventually my little brother ended up moving in too. Um, I was very lazy. I was. I didn't smoke. I smoked cigarettes. I did smoke cigarettes at that point. Um, I smoked cigarettes, and I don't know. I was pretty lazy back then. I'm gonna be honest. I was really lazy. I didn't really do anything. I didn't look for jobs or anything. I just relaxed. And I think we lived there for about 6 months. And honestly, it was a nice reset in my life to help me get back into a better mental state. Because at that point, I'm like, I know I have people that are here for me. We lived there for about 6 months. We ended up moving out and moving back in with my mom and stepdad. And at this point, he's pretty deep into his drugs, and the abuse is worse. The yeah, the mental and physical abuse is a lot worse at this point. And mom, I'm sorry if you're watching this, if you don't want this to be out there, but it's just my way of coping. So I apologize. Um, but at that point, I'm playing video games. This is why I started streaming. Actually, I started streaming off a little laptop. Yeah, actually, that was my prime streaming days. Grand Theft Auto. Nobody knows about that. Nobody will ever know about that. I'm sorry. When I started streaming, I think that's like 300 followers on Facebook in like a month. That was shocking. Anyways, eventually, the two dogs I told you guys about, the one that had it was already passed away. Um, they had babies, and we had one of their babies, Zofina, I believe her name was, or Zika. Zika. It was Zika. We had Zika. Um, her and the brown dog fought a lot, which is where this comes from. Let me see if I can get the light off a little bit. Let me see the scars on my hand. That's where they come from. One day they were fighting, and I was an idiot. I put my hand in between, and I got nipped a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see it again. Hold on. I need to tell. I got one right here and one right here. Yeah, that's for I got bit in the process trying to stop it. Anyways, not important. I just crossed my mind. Um, so my stepdad, he was still around. He didn't have a job anymore at this point. Um, he was kind of just this. He was living the street life, out selling drugs, making drugs, doing drugs. I'm not gonna put every single little detail in there because I'm already at like 25 minutes, I think, and I'm sure nobody's really even watching at this point. But um, sorry, my back itches. But the way this whole story ends right here is the whole story. The last time I moved into my mom's house, my stepdad ended up we had to call the cops on him. Uh, we were scared for my mom's life. I don't know if you guys have ever seen. This guy is pretty big, guys. Probably about 4 times of me, like body mass wise. Like, he's a strong dude, and he's hopped up on drugs. I mean, nobody's gonna stop him from hitting my mom at that point. You know. Um, Eventually, the cops had came, and he was hiding in the garage, and me and my little brother were holding my mom back because she was pretty emotional. Um, I think this is about a half hour, 45-minute thing. Now there was about 4 or 5 cops, if I'm not mistaken, aiming either. I want to say it was just tasers. I don't think it was guns. I can't remember. Either tasers or guns at the garage doors, telling them to come out. They took the little baton thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you watch the movies with breakdown doors. They tried to break the door down a few times, and they couldn't get it down. And the garage ended up opening, and they took him into custody. And that right there, it was a relief for me and my brothers and sisters, but it tore my mom apart again. Me and my, that kind of split some of the family up again. My little brother ended up moving into his own apartment by himself. Me and my mom ended up coming here. She doesn't live here anymore. She's in a good relationship now, which I'm really happy about. I'm actually really happy about this. She deserves it. But I met this girl. This is where the person name starts with Z comes in. I had met this girl a while ago, and we ended up talking and dating for a while, and that pushed my whole friend away from me, because they had dated previously in the past, and I didn't think he was gonna care because he had a baby and lived his baby mom lived a better life, so I didn't think he'd care. But it ended up getting threats all the time and everything, so that pulled him away from me. But eventually, that relationship right there, it helped me a lot, and it made me realize a lot of my problems. I was very insecure. I overthought a lot. I analyzed everything of parts of the relationship. I wasn't ready for a relationship at that point, and I think that I thought I was. But now I'm looking back at it, that woman, she had to deal with all of my problems. And I'm not gonna talk about things that all happened in a relationship, why it all went bad, but I know a big part of it about why some things happened is it's not 100% my fault. No relationship ends for a lot of reasons because of one person. There was some things that happened on her end that I'm not gonna speak on because again, it's not my. I don't know 100%, but I know, if that makes sense. We all make mistakes. Things happen, you know. But eventually we ended up breaking up, and at that point, I'm not smoking cigarettes. I quit all that. I'm not even smoking a vape at this point, actually. I think I quit vaping. But I'm in a really good mental state. Compared to what I was in before, I'm in a good mental state. A lot of my traumas I have out and everything. I don't really like talking about it, so that's why this video is gonna be long, because I'm probably never gonna talk about this again unless, I don't know, for some reason I end up dating somebody in the future, which I really don't ever see happening again. With that relationship, it showed me that I don't need another female in my life. I don't need someone there to hold my hand. I don't need someone to baby me, you know, because during that relationship, I'm at a point where I relied on her for a lot of things. So for that, I do appreciate her for doing those things for me. It was wrong of me, and I understand that. But that relationship broke me to pieces. It kind of set a tone for the way I am today. I don't think I will ever date somebody again, but it's hard to say because, you know, who knows what's going to happen in the future. But as of now, I don't ever see myself dating somebody again or trying to get an emotional connection like that again, because just not for me. I'm better alone. But after that relationship, she had moved out. That's where's her ass at? Oh, you guys can't see her. She's all the way over there, though. It's where we got Clover together, actually. The best thing that ever happened in my life. We got Clover, my best friend. If you guys work with me, or you know me in person, or you watch my streams, that old lady over there, that 15-year-old cat, that is my best friend. I love animals. I do love animals. Animals, I feel like they're my emotional support, you know. That's why when I showed you guys my tattoo and everything, talked about chaos, I kind of broke down because I don't know. That's just the way I am. I like having pets around. You know, pets to me, yeah, you have your most emotional connection to them because they rely on them or they rely on you and you rely on them. You know, it's for me, it's the most emotional connection I have with something. Um, but anyways, after she had left, it took me about 7 months to recover from the relationship. I broke down. I started smoking cigarettes again. I didn't start doing drugs or anything, but what I did was I started focusing heavily on myself. And that's another really good thing I did. Because I could positively say today I'm the best version of myself I've ever been. I'm happier than I've ever been. Um, Healthier than I've ever been. Everything I could think of, I'm better than I've ever been. But yeah, once we broke up, I started focusing really heavily on what makes me happy. What can I do to make sure that I wake up in the morning, I'm okay. You know, I don't have these bad thoughts in my head when I wake up or go to bed, as I did in the past. Because in the past, my big problem was I was pretty suicidal. I hated myself. I hated the things I was forced to be around, the things I was forced to be a part of or see. But anyways, once I started working on myself, I mean, pretty great. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a horrible kid. I grew up around pretty bad things. A lot of things I'm not gonna put into the story, which I didn't. But I've seen some pretty bad things. I've been around some pretty bad things. I've seen people try to hurt themselves. I've seen people hurt themselves. I've, I'm not saying I live the worst life, because I'm not. There's people in different countries that don't even have a bed, that have diseases we don't even know about, that kill each other for food. So I'm not saying I have a horrible life. I hope everybody understands that. I really do. But I just want to share my story, you know. I don't even think anybody's gonna be watching it at this point, but if you do, anyways, as of now, this is the happiest I've ever been in my life. Um, the way I deal with my pain from my past is I just focus on myself. You know, what happens in the past we can't change, but what happened with my stepdad or my dad, I can't change. There's nothing I can do to change that. But what I can change is me. I can change the way I view things. I can change the way I approach tomorrow, you know? And I think that's a thing that we all need to do is, you know, focus on us. Because at the end of the day, all you got is you know? Relationships end, friendships end, bonds end. And the only way you ever be okay in that situation is if you're in a good state, you know? And that's what I've been really focusing on this last year and a half. I know a lot of people now, they see me like smiling and laughing and making jokes all the time, but I don't think I was ever like that. I wasn't always like that. I just used to be mad at everything. From what I think, I used to be mad at everything. I didn't really want to talk to anybody. I used to fight with everybody. But now, I got work in like 30 minutes. I'm excited. I get to go to work today, you know? I get to pay my bills, you know? I'm excited. I'm very excited. But anyways, everybody, to finish this off, like as of now, I'm happy. There's not a lot of people in this world that can say they're happy. I'm happy. The only thing I have now, you know, that I'm not happy about is being horrible at saving up money. Sue me, but I like to buy things. I know, bad habit. I'll get out of it eventually. But yeah, right now, guys, I'm focused. I'm focused on achieving what I want to achieve. I want to be a streamer. I want to be a content creator. So I think that's what I'm gonna focus on. I want to help people with their problems, you know. I think that's gonna really sum up the video. This is like a 40-minute video, and I'm sure nobody's even watching right now. But yeah, guys, I appreciate everybody that's watching. I appreciate everybody that's watched at least some portion of the video.